I am Tracy Mulcahy. I'm the Assistant City Administrator and City Clerk. And this is the start of my 16th budget with the City of North Liberty. Our budget cycle is July 1 through June 30th each year, but the budget begins way before July 1. In August or September of each year, department heads are asked to start creating their budget for the next fiscal year. The timing of it isn't optimum because we don't necessarily know where we're going to be in almost a year from now, but we start it then. So department heads are given the task of creating what they see their vision being for the next year's budget. Personnel costs are the largest portion of the North Liberty operating budget because of the programs and services that we provide. So in November, department heads provide their first draft of the budget document to the city administrator and myself. We ask the department heads come prepared to tell us where things have changed more than 5%, what new programs, what new initiatives, and what capital projects they can see coming. That's everything from new equipment, facilities, major improvements to existing facilities are all included in capital projects. After the meeting in November, Ryan and I then distill all of that information while we await our property tax values to come from the county auditor. When the valuations come in, which is typically the end of December, beginning of January, we can then see what our tax revenues are going to be from our levies. The City of North Liberty is fairly unique in that we've held our tax rate steady for at least the last 7 years. Valuations on property may shift up or down, but the tax rate has maintained steady. In January, usually the third week of the month, all of the department heads are at a meeting, or this year it will be on Zoom, with the City Council. They each present their budget, and the council reviews those and makes recommendations to the department head and to management staff, myself and Ryan, as to what they think the budget should look like the next fiscal year. In February, we hold what's called a maximum levy hearing, a new requirement from the state as of last year. The city is required to publish and hold a hearing regarding the maximum amount of property taxes and how much will be levied for those taxes. Once that maximum number is set, the council can choose to reduce under that level, but they can't go above it without starting the process over again. In the meantime, city staff are looking for ways to figure out how to balance the budget for the next year. When the budgets come from the department heads to Ryan and myself, we may task the department heads with cutting sometimes upwards of millions of dollars from the budget, and then further distill it more if council makes the recommendation that they don't want to spend as much. So we would then go back to the department heads and ask them to reduce their budgets again. The difficult part is we're a pretty lean budget. Like I said, we're personnel heavy, so it's really hard to reduce when you're in a situation where it might be personnel related. We all know that unexpected expenses happen. Those come in as budget amendments in the fiscal year that you're in. So unless the city has said, we're going to spend X amount of dollars on this, the city cannot spend that money unless they do a budget amendment, if it's not there. The city keeps healthy reserves. We average at least 30% in the general fund. Those reserves are used for rainy day funds, new one-time initiatives, and other operating costs that are unexpected. In March, the City Council will hold their final public hearing on the budget. At that meeting, the public is welcome to provide input and feedback, as well as they would be with the maximum levy public hearing. After that, the budget is then filed with the county auditor and put in place, so we're ready to go for the next July 1. As you can see, there's a lot of information that goes into this. If you, the public, are interested in seeing how our budget works or seeing the details and the documents that we use in this process, I'd strongly encourage you to go to our website, northlibertyiowa.org. Check out our council packets in the months of November, December, January, and February. All of our budget documents are there. And putting the budget together is basically like doing a giant puzzle. Ryan and I are given the outside edges, which is the budget limitations. So that's the maximum amount that we can spend or all of the money that we have to allocate in that next fiscal year. And then it's our job to help department heads put all of those pieces together, be it new projects, programs, capital expenditures, increased operating expenses. How do we put all of those puzzle pieces together so that we fit within that outside boundary? And each year we manage to do it. It's a challenge. It's a lot of fun, but it's budgeting in North Liberty.